Hello again, gamers. Welcome back to the Board Game Captain. I'm the Captain.
And I'm Alex.
And today we are going to be reviewing and talking about and showing you how to play Saiju from Nestorgames. So before we get started, I want to say I'm wearing one of our merch shirts. This is the, hey, good looking, come to this dungeon often. Because you know what? Sometimes when you're role-playing, an encounter might require a charisma-based skill as opposed to combat. You never know. So if you want to get cool gamer merch, shirts and mugs like this, there's some others available as well over in my Teespring store. There's a link to my Teespring store in the description below. And if you're in a position to and would like to support the channel, there's a link to my Patreon in the description below where you can get access to some videos early, behind the scenes videos, and also the ability to request reviewing tutorials to your favorite classic games. So, big thank you to Nestorgames. Thank you for sending me this review copy of Saiju to check out. So now this is another one of their kind of games in these little pouches line. They're a travel games line.
Games to go. Yeah, I don't know.
What they say? Fun to take away.
Fun to take away.
Yes, indeed. And all of them come with a nice neoprene kind of mouse pad board. This one, obviously, you see says Saiju and Nestorgames there, and has a big hexagon spaced board with an empty spot in the middle there. Let's see if I can show that up real close to the camera there. It also comes with tons of little plastic discs.
Tokens, yeah.
Yeah, they're in different colors. Whoops.
Hello.
We've got 4 different colors. I dropped one on the ground. I'm going to get in a second. We've got 4 different colors with 3 different possible symbols, because you have moons in yellow, pink, and white. You have snowflakes, which are like little hexagons in yellow, pink, and white. And you have flowers in yellow, pink, and white, which are these things that kind of look like flower petals. And then also there's one each of them in black, which are the shadow stones. We're going to show you how all these work in the game while we're playing. And then the last thing it comes with is the rules. So the rules are pretty decent. You read them first. What were your thoughts on the rules?
Just like all these travel games, they're really good. It's 2 sides of one piece of paper, and it takes minutes to understand. So
it's pretty easy. I mean, these games are always like these little abstract games. So they're like 5 minutes to learn, lifetime to master, and I really feel this fits that bill. Yeah, you read it and taught me. I went over it again later and then taught someone else. I think these rules are real easy, so no issues for me. So without any further ado, I think we can just take you to the table, show you how to play this game. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about how this game plays and how it feels, and we'll rate it and review it. Okay, so here we are, ready to play a game of Saiju. So I'll be playing the snowflake player here. These hexagons on these pieces represent snowflakes.
And I am the moon player over here. Obviously, these are the little half moons.
So the way you set up is you set up lines of the 3 color pieces with your own type on your side and the neutral flower pieces, which are these, in the middle. The snowflake player takes the shadow moonstone, while the moon player takes the shadow snowflake and flower stone. So then the snow player places the moonstone somewhere. I'm going to place it right there. And then the moon player places the other 2 stones wherever they want. Then it will be my turn. And on my turn, I get to place 2 pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by a white snowflake stone. And I do it by replacing it in the spot where the snowflake shadow stone is. I could do that with any color. And then I move that to a location with any other empty space. So I'm going to move it over here 2 spaces way over there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a yellow moonstone here and move the moonstone way over there. You can do it twice, but they must be with different symbols. So I did a snowflake stone and then I did a moonstone, and now it is the moon player's turn.
I am going to place a pink snowflake.
Of course you would.
And I'm going to place a pink moon.
Okay. I'm going to place a pink snowflake and bring my snowflake back over here, and a pink flower and bring my flower token back over here.
Another white snowflake.
nice. But where's the shadow stone for the moon going?
Where does the shadow stone for the moon go?
Okay, so let me explain, now that we have a few stones on the board, how it is that you score. So as you see, we're trying to group sometimes like color pieces together or cut each other off with different color pieces. And the reason for this is simple. What happens is you need to have a group of connected stones, of at least 3 connected stones, where you have the most of your symbol in the group versus your opponent's symbol to be able to score that group. Equal number of symbols will not score that group. So for instance, this group of 3 is already able to score, and you get 1 point per in the group. They also have to have at least 2 different symbols in the group, and if you actually have all 3, it will be doubled. So in this case, currently, this one is worth 6 points. So, but only if someone is able to get the most of their symbol in the group, and right now we're actually equal, so currently technically it's 0 points, but it'll be very easy for Alex to connect one of his in there. We'll see how that goes though as we continue to play this game. So my first play is to put a white flower piece right there, at which point I'm going to move the flower just one little space there, and then I'm going to put a pink snowflake here, followed by moving it over here.
Yellow moon.
I thought you might do that. I'm okay with that. I'm actually quite okay with that move. It's fine by me. If anything, you're helping to continue to empower that piece that I already have thorough control on.
Empower it.
Yes, you are empowering. Okay, I'm going to throw a white moon over here. And a pink flower over here. Oh, you jerk. Again, you jerk.
Sorry. Okay.
Right there?
Yeah, right there.
I was really hoping you weren't going to do that. But I did think it was a definite possibility. Especially since that was my last white snowflake.
Right. The white snowflake.
You know what they say about the yellow snow? It's lemonade flavored.
That's right. When in Rome, don't drink the yellow snow.
Good move.
Ooh. You want that leaf? Want that leaf bad?
Something.
This is a toughie.
You gotta do something. That was a surprise. I wasn't expecting that. I'm still okay with that.
Yeah, I know. You played. It was a really good setup. You just played.
Well, that was a jerk move. I'm gonna take the yellow here. Put it there. I'm going to put a yellow petal here. And then
old yellow
put
pill.
it there.
The old yellow pill.
Mm-hmm. It was a bit of a far-gone conclusion. You did place it. Now, when you place a piece and there's only one piece left to go there, it just goes and you remove the shadow stone.
Right.
Because that is the last snowflake.
The last of the snowflakes.
Sounds like a name for like a Disney movie, The Last Snowflake. Dropping a white petal over there. White flower.
It's a flower petal.
I'll place that there.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are 2 white petals left, and that is all. So I'll be putting it over here so that I have to get some white petals on my formation because nuts to you. Okay, I'm going to place a white moon here to double the value of that white formation, which has 3 snowflakes,
mm-hmm.
and I will put the moon there.
The moon goes there. The munda.
The moon. The moon. What you gonna do?
So let's see. This is where it comes down to brass tacks.
Well, you've got no choice on the pedal. If you want to postpone things, you can just drop a pedal there and pick where the last one goes. And you remember, you don't have to do both moves.
Right.
On the other hand, you're either wasting a pink moon or you're giving me a white or a yellow moon. Well, the yellow moon would actually allow you to take over, wouldn't it? Oh, I didn't even notice that. I may have made a poor decision there. Because you do have that last yellow moon. That had to happen.
That had to happen. There's no choice about that.
So wherever it goes is where the last flower is going anyway. There's only 1 flower left. All right, so remove it. We'll put the flower down. Decisions.
You're going to get to place the last 2 moons.
Yeah.
But
it does. I don't think it really matters because I can't get 3 whites together over there.
It doesn't matter which one goes where.
Yeah.
So
and you're going to get 3 moons in that formation now because
Right.
I miscalculated, which this might just do it for you. Yeah. So now we're going to figure this out. So, Alex, let's do your formations. So over here, you've got a nice big one that has all 3 varieties. So they're worth 2 apiece. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points. So remember, you've got 16 there. Mm-hmm. Over here, you've got this one at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you're at 26. Mm-hmm. Over here, you've got this one at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So you're at 36. And I think that's going to round it out, which actually I think you have thoroughly destroyed me because I have this one here with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And actually I lost control of the yellow one I was working with up there. I wasn't able to get any others. So Alex handily beats me at this game of Saiju. So there you go. That's how you do scoring. Again, it's 2 points for each piece if you have all 3 symbols in there. 1 point if you have only 2 symbols in there. No points if you have only 1 symbol in there. And the groups have to be at least 3 large to be scored. Hence why, for instance, this group could not be scored. Or this group here could not be scored. So there you go. Now we're going to head back. We're going to talk about how this game plays and how it feels. And we'll rate it and review it. Okay, welcome back. So that was how you play a game of Saiju. So this game is obviously the designer of Saiju, which I forgot to mention before, is Kanade Kanto, which sounds very Japanese. And this game feels very Japanese. Yes. It was something I definitely want to draw attention to.
Yeah.
It feels like, because it reminds me a lot of other abstract Japanese games up to and including Go.
Yeah. Pattern forming and groups and tiling and
there's that whole feeling in a lot of Japanese and also some Chinese games as well of you place a lot of stuff out on the board and then you stop and look at all of it and go, okay, I get this many points for this and this many points for that, and boom, I win.
Right.
Which again is something that you have in the classic game of Go as well. I know that there is a different version of Go with the same name, with a different name in China as well. But that's why I said both Chinese and Japanese. You get in that, I guess you would refer to it as Southeast Asia. In that region, you get a lot of games that have this kind of feel to them. It definitely is a unique sort of feel.
Yeah. Usually very colorful, very,
Well, Go isn't colorful.
That's true. Yeah, except for that, of course.
But this one is. It's very colorful. It's pattern forming. It's very interesting in the way that it plays, but it's not the sort of thing where that often you make like a giant move and your opponent goes, oh, you really got me there. It's, you kind of have to, it's a lot of planning ahead and looking ahead and am I in the lead? Am I losing? There are occasions where you're suddenly like, oh, I just lost the game.
It's usually iterative. There's not a big, swings back and forth. I like how the gameplay is, or I guess we're just going to get into it. The strategy of you setting up the next place for your opponent to play the stone is awesome.
Yes.
That is by far my favorite part of this game. Like, that is awesome. You play it, choose where your opponent can play it, and he can play any color of that symbol, and it may help you, it may hurt you, and it's another level of strategy on top of what you're trying to build. You're also playing ahead. Yes,
and and that is really cool. And I'm going to agree with you. That is like one of the coolest parts of this game.
Yeah.
The game is very interesting. But do we have any downsides you want to draw attention to with this game? I have my same gripe I do with all Nestorgames is that I wish the name was on the package.
At least this has a little bit more.
It has the symbols.
It's symbols of the game, like a little more indicative of what it is, but it could have the name.
I really do wish these all had the name on them, but other than that, I don't know. Do you have any downsides you want to draw attention to?
Not really. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it's the perfect game, but there's nothing to distract from the gameplay or anything else about it. I think it's good.
As a negative for me, I do think that those kind of games where you spend all game playing pieces and don't actually know who won until the end, until you stop and count it up, unless you are counting it up each turn, which then might cause a bit of analysis paralysis. That is a bit of a negative for me.
Okay, I can see that.
I do prefer abstract games where you make a move and that move does something. You immediately know you've scored points or you haven't. Or you've killed pieces or you haven't. Captured pieces or you haven't. Captured territory or you haven't.
That's legitimate.
But
I get you.
I don't think it's a big gripe.
No.
It's a minor gripe. And that's a personal preference gripe too. I mean, because there are plenty of games like this. Again, Go is like that, and that's one that plenty of people devote their entire gaming lives to just playing Go.
Right.
So I can't say this is a big one.
Okay.
All right. Now positives.
That mechanic about how the shadow stones are played and moved around, fantastic. The compact nature of the board makes for a really interesting strategy past the halfway point.
Oh yes.
You
start getting cut off.
That game starts getting very. You have to play very deliberately at that point, and it takes a lot of strategy.
It definitely, like your first half of the game, there's a lot of just like, all right, I'll throw something here, I'll throw something there, whatever. But then the second half of the game, you're like, ooh, the wrong move could really do me in now.
You have to be very precise in where you choose to play.
Oh yeah, and this is a very good game. Yeah. This is a very good game. I don't think we're gonna have any disagreement on that. I think you probably like it a little bit better than me.
I think I might. I like how it starts off wide open and slower, and as you build up, your universe of decisions becomes incredibly smaller, and the importance therefore becomes so much bigger. I really enjoy that way that game plays out.
It is quite tactical, quite strategic, and also like all of these in these little pouches, this is a great game once things open up again to take with you to the pub or coffee house.
Yeah, right.
Great game to play on the go. Great game to play on basically any size table. Even a tiny table would be fine with this.
You could play it on
which is
fantastic. Play it on a cutting board.
Yeah, it's so small. Which is great. Okay, so do you have anything else you want to talk about with Saiju from Nestorgames?
No. I mean, I think it's a good game. I pretty much like everything about it.
All right, so I'm going to throw out my rating first. Now, my rating is still going to be quite positive. I do quite like this game, but I think you've been more emphatic about it.
Okay.
So I think you're going to be higher. But I'm going to give it 7 out of 10 stars. Okay. I really like Saiju. I think it's pretty great. I think I'd play it just about any time someone asks. It's not my favorite abstract game, but it's a very good abstract strategy game. And that is Saiju for me. 7 out of 10.
I'm a full point higher, 8 out of 10. It's not the normal abstract strategy give and take kind of thing. It's built, like I said, it's building on itself. But I think it's really a lot of fun, and it makes your brain work. And
it can be very brain burning.
And it's actually really, like a lovely looking game. It's just nice to play.
It is. It looks beautiful on the tabletop because all the different colors and the symbols and everything.
Yeah, so
for sure.
Yeah, 8 out of 10. All right, excellent. Good job.
So that's definitely a 2 thumbs up
for sure
review from us here at the Board Game Captain. If you enjoyed this review and tutorial for Saiju, be sure to give this video a like, share it on all forms of social media, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Board Game Captain. That's Captain spelled with a K on YouTube. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns either on this video or on the game of Saiju, put them in the comments down below. And until next time, game on.